Hey guys, welcome back. We just went to town and we got some new news.
That's the thing?
I think so.
New news.
News talkers. Late breaking news here, folks.
Ripping the paper off the teletype and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our typewriter sounds. Yeah, there you go. That's nice.
I'll get a fake keyboard out here. Just
This is fast. Entertainment. Any second now.
Minisode?
Minisode. We're doing like a little minisode, guys. We did a bit of a town trip here this week. We don't go to town much, so we thought we'd do a little news talker. News talker update.
Explain to the folks what it takes to go to town. Just
Okay,
a little,
so-
rundown here.
So we live on what you could call a remote island. And so...
Desolation Sound? We could probably say that, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so people can look it up and dig it.
So we live on this island, and in order to get back to the big island, we'll call it,
There you
you have to take a ferry that takes 40 minutes of traveling over to the other little island, drive 10 minutes across that island. Oh, yeah, unload off the ferry. Drive 10 minutes across that island, and then you get in another line up there, and then you wait. Sometimes 2 or 3 sailings, and now a sailing on that ferry takes an hour, because the ferry only goes once an hour. So it's kind of boring. Our ferry over on this island only goes once every 2 hours, and only goes for, like, I think the first one's like about 8 in the morning, and the last one's at about 5:50 or something at night.
So go ahead.
So I'm bogged down in the logistics.
Yeah.
But essentially, we have to leave the house at least an hour.
Wake up at what, 6:30 a.m.? 6:30?
Yeah.
That's
You're not going to make the first ferry off the island.
Right.
Because all the people that have really pressing shit, like doctor's appointments and stuff, that need to get to town as soon as possible. Catch that one? And so some people will park the night before and get a ride home and then get a ride there in the morning so that their car is in the lineup so that they can make it off the island. So it's a whole thing, right? Sometimes it takes a day to get to town just to do your shopping.
Yeah.
And then...
So wake up at 6:30
in the morning,
and then we're on the first ferry by 10 a.m. It takes 15 minutes to drive to the ferry.
It was running behind this last time too because
but usually 9:50 or whatever 10 and then in town by 2 p.m. ish, give or take. No, was it 2ish?
We caught the 2 o'clock ferry over.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just after 2.
After the second ferry, because there was a wait. We had to wait for the first ferry on the second.
Yeah, it's a whole freaking thing. People are like, oh, why don't you come and visit? And it's like, because it's a circus freak show of waiting in lineups. And I mean, the ferry ride is beautiful. Sometimes you see a whale. The weather's usually pretty good. I do get car sick and motion sickness. So if it's windy... I start getting heartburn because, like, it's probably going to be bumpy on the ferry. And when it's choppy, that's fine. But when it's big swells, it's like fucking roller coaster time. And then the big drops.
And no escape.
Yeah.
You can't just say, pull over.
I can't say pull over in the ocean. Yeah. No, it's not a thing.
We turn around, you guys, and just go back?
Yeah. So it's about 5 hours for us to get to town.
Yeah.
And town's... pretty decent size, nice. And then it's the big island has all the things you'd need, and you can drive further south down to like a big city or another even bigger city at the bottom of the island if you really need to do a bunch of the shopping. But yeah, anyways, I wanted to go see a horse because there's see a lady about a horse. She so I've been like casually looking for a horse for about a year, and and then this one came up. And
really casually, like more manifesting, putting it out to the universe.
Yeah, a couple.
That you're ready for a horse again.
Yeah. There's been a couple like times where I think I maybe pinched it off, energetically. You know what I mean? This one They say Abraham Hicks says that, you're like, you manifest your flow, and then all of a sudden you kind of pinch it off. Like, I had a horse that was coming to me last year, and then...
Sorry, I guess it's probably more of like a plant pinch-off term. I automatically go into poop.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing, right? Like, it's like you're going to get it, and then, no, you're not. Sorry, toilet, you can't have this poop.
Well, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm keeping this poop.
Oh, shit, the horn's honking to pick up my ride for work. I gotta go. Pitch it off.
Yeah, but it all lined up this time, and we went and met this wonderful horse named William.
Yeah.
Turned out I used to know his dad when his dad was a little baby horse. Aww. So it's kind of cool. Horse. And the place where I get to keep him, that lady had his half brother with the same dad. So she was pretty excited to have that horsey too.
It's a small horse world.
In her world, yeah. It's
all connected.
Pretty wild, and he's all majestic. So.
And he'll be here in 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks. We'll see what happens.
Got a pedicure appointment on, later on in the month, and then he'll get to be back.
Yay!
Yeah. And then I'll be a new horse mom. Yeah, so that was excitement.
Excited for that, hey?
Totally. Yeah, and I got to go scratch my friend's new baby horse's butt.
I was like, scratch your friend's what?
Yep.
Lottery tickets?
Her.
Yeah. She scratched all my scratchers. What the hell?
Yeah, no. Just like, what? I just wanted to see if you won.
Yeah, I was doing it for you.
Helping.
Did all the work for you.
You're welcome. We know those people.
Yeah. I'll take half the winnings, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we got to, go see friends. And we tried out this Chinese food place, but you guys probably don't care about that too much.
Stuffed so full of Chinese food.
No.
I was... Oh. Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait. Now I can't believe we've been here 7 years and haven't gone there before.
I found a new Chinese food. Everybody kept saying that. Oh, you got to go there. You got to go there.
Yeah. Like, then you drive by and you're like, meh. And then you go in and you're like, oh, damn, these people aren't effing around.
Well, it was COVID closed for a while too, right? Oh. So everything, they all, especially because it's a buffet place, right? All the buffet places were just like, nope, we're just going to shut down.
Yeah.
That's our thing now.
I gave them all the stars.
Yeah, it was delicious.
They were fantastic.
Yeah.
But then we stayed at this lovely little place on the side of the highway.
It was nice.
And,
For a little spot, it was actually really nice.
Well, it was great until Jason got bucked off the toilet.
That's the best way to put it. You got your horse, and I got bucked off a fucking toilet.
Yeah, it was all, the whole town trip went good. Everything was going all great. Everything was, like, as perfect as it could be. We got, like, a main floor, but that like, looks out over the ocean and the other island there. And we're like, oh, this is beautiful. I might see some whales. And then Jason starts making sounds from the bathroom that, I'm gonna say easily 5 to 10 minutes of this, you guys, in like varying tones and cry outs. I tried to help him, and he was like, just leave me the fuck alone for a second till I can get through this.
I just couldn't talk.
Yeah, he was just like, there was no helping him or anything, and it wasn't that he was like off the toilet. It's I think he tried to get up and slipped or something, and then it just didn't wound up back on there, but in a bad way.
It just popped.
Yeah.
I tried to get up and it slipped, and I just heard it pop, and it instantly got like warm and swollen, and like, ouch. That hurt.
Yeah, previously injured, and then just it was a really low toilet, so I think maybe that could have been the thing.
Low toilet, slippery floor.
Yeah,
bad knee already.
The floor was too clean in the bathroom.
Yeah. I put that on the review.
Yeah.
The floor was so clean I injured myself.
It was too clean and I slipped. Yeah. So Jason's like, I maybe need some pain medicine for after he recuperated. So he put some pants back on because he's,
Well, they had a designated smoking area even for weed and stuff. It said.
Yeah, you had to go to like the edge of the parking lot or whatever. And I mean, this is like how many do you think there's like 18 rooms max in this place?
Probably, give or take.
It's a motel on the side of the highway, you guys.
Yeah.
It's not fancy, but the rooms were really clean.
Yeah, it was nice, clean and comfy.
So we pop out to smoke this doob, and there's a fellow walking around, and he's like, hey, you guys gotta go over to the designated smoking area, which was, like, literally one car over.
Yeah, we walked quite a ways decent enough. I could barely walk.
We were beside our
I could
truck.
literally barely walk.
And so Jason's like, oh, okay, I'm injured here. And he's like, well, if you guys stand there, it, like, comes right up the stairwell, and then all these 4 rooms, it just comes straight in the bathroom window.
But he had the knowledge, like it hadn't been like that for us, but he had the knowledge that it had definitely happened before. He
knows that, that's what happens if you stand there. So he's like, if you guys just, back up a little bit or whatever. And then he comes over and starts shooting the breeze with us.
We bullshitted with him for 15, 20 minutes probably.
We bullshitted with him for maybe 3 minutes, and then he told us a crazy story. Jason,
I just felt like I was back in hometown.
It was like, I didn't know if he sensed that you were from a town that, like, where, like, people fight the carnies when they come to town, and that's part of the culture, and he could just sense that it was okay to tell a story about kicking a crackhead's ass for stealing a t-shirt from his store. Because this guy doesn't, he's helping out a friend by running this motel, managing it or whatever. He's like, oh, I don't, it's not my job. I was helping out a friend.
he didn't know us from anybody.
No.
That was so funny. We could have been anybody. I mean, we're smoking a doobie, so we were obviously cool enough for that.
Yeah, we were signed in for the room, so if he really wanted to vet us, I suppose he could have checked out your information ahead of time or something, but
he didn't.
No.
There's no way that he would have, Yeah, he just went right into the whole story about a crackhead stealing from a shirt, and then he saw him the next day, and so he, like, ran him down and started pummeling on him, I'll say, a little bit, and got into a whole
jump out of his truck to go get him, and then the only people that would, like, help him, because he's like, call the cops, to, like, the other people on the street.
And they were all, like, driving by with their phones out.
Yeah, people were, like, taking their phones out and taking pictures, but nobody would, like, call the cops. And finally, some taxi driver did. And, well, the guy's story was entertaining as heck. He talked about, like, maybe organized crime members and, like...
He went into, like, full details about having the guy's head between his legs and coming down with his elbows on his ribs and everything.
Oh, yeah, describing the fight moves he was doing.
That was so great.
It was so entertaining. I was totally cold because it's sort of windy beside the ocean, and I was just in my t-shirt out there to smoke this.
And your bare feet?
Yeah, my bare feet, which was nice because the rocks in the, sometimes they have a flower bed and that just doesn't work out, so they just have rocks in there. And they were big round rocks, and so they were still warm from the hot sunny day.
Well, I could barely stand at all, but the whole thing was so entertaining that I was like, well, I'm not fucking going in. Yeah. I don't want to stop this.
I was, like, shivering because I was so
just
cold.
Kept going, and then eventually he found the crackhead, and they were like, he was trying to get through the blackberries, so he had to high step it through the blackberries. He was watching the guy get all torn up, go running through the blackberry bushes.
Oh my god!
And some other guy came over to help him out, and oh my god, that was so funny.
We should have had him on the podcast because the way he told the story. Oh my god!
We'll have to find him.
We went back in, and he gave us his business card. He was like, "Hey man, you can get a cheaper rate if you just contact the hotel or motel directly. You get like $5 off."
There's a good tip. We might lose a sponsor if we bash on booking.com, but he said if you call the place direct,
I guess it's probably like any business or whatever,
than going through like booking.com or Expedia.
I've heard that with Etsy and stuff. If you find something
that place gives you like a 5% or $5 discount or something on top of that too. So I'm wondering if other places will do that if you just call direct, because then they don't lose their 15 or 10% or whatever the deal is. I was like, oh, there's a good little travel tip for you.
There you go. Heard it
for
here.
You folks,
Heard it here that
so
time.
Funny. That's I swear, like he just sensed something.
It was the most entertaining day
I feel comfortable with these people. I could tell them about bashing on a crackhead today. Yeah. That was so funny.
It was a good time. So then that was our town trip.
Yeah, that was fun.
My God.
I don't know how mini of a minisode we want to do.
Well, that seems pretty mini.
Seems pretty mini. A little too mini, almost. But
Too many? No.
Too many.
Too many minis on the dance floor.
Too many minis. That's all I got, though.
Skirts?
Really, you know?
Short skirts?
Short skirts and a
Jason's pulling his top up. I think that means we gotta go.
Jacket.
Oh, wait. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish his.
We'll probably cut out a lot of
stuff.
scrap from before all this anyways. But
Okay.
is that good enough for a mini-sode?
I think that's Town Trip Minisode.
15 minutes? Yeah? Okay. We'll call her good there and see how it goes.
Yeah, up your butt and around the corner.
Really into the small ones. Maybe. Size matters. People will be really into the small ones, maybe.
Maybe people will be really into the small ones.
You know, not so much the big ones. You know, I'm sure the big ones have their place.
You don't have to put a handle on that gear to lug it around.
Oh, yeah. Handle on that gear. You know, I just don't have time for the big ones sometimes. It's all small ones, you know.
Better fucking make time for me.
Anyway, first minisode went pretty good. Tell us if you like it or not. Like, rate, review, all that jazz.
Do you like the Quickies? Let us know if you like Quickies.
Quickies, I like that. That's better than minisodes. That's dirty.
Quickie.
Quickies. All right. Quickies.
Keep her tight.
Love y'all.
Quickie, quickie, quickie. Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.